the top 8 decks from Lorcana, and also the top 8 decks from recent One Piece online regionals. We're also gonna shoutcast the finals for Play TCG's Tulsa regionals. We shoutcasted the semifinals. We need to get the finals up, and then we're off to the races, baby. We can do whatever we want. Actually, we'll end the stream there. But yep, today is gonna be a hectic day. Let me go ahead and fix my stream credentials here, guys. I'm posting, changing the name of the stream, and I'm posting a new thumbnail. All right, so we are live. We are pushing content, guys. Like I'm saying, guys, I'm here every day, so you might as well get used to me. What I want to know is which decks, which of the contents should I start with? Should I go ahead and post about... Where's Zero there? Should I do the Lorcana tournament first, or should I do the Walter? All right, guys, we got the tournament results here. We'll start with Zero here. Okay, cool. Honestly, we'll go ahead and do the top 8 from Lorcana first. So we'll go ahead and show you that. I think that's the best thing to start with. And I need to move my ass somewhere else. Let me see. I need to go here. Cool. It's not the worst thing that could happen. Let me make sure when I switch the decks. Yeah, you can still see everything. Okay, good. Gonna just turn that a little bit here. Okay, this deck I actually have to get up for Steadfast because he has more cards. All right. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and push right now. Let me see. 1 second. I'll do this. We'll jump in. We'll jump in here right now. So we'll do Lorcana first, and then we'll jump into the One Piece content. We'll do the top 8 for the One Piece. We'll also shoutcast the finals from the Play TCG Tulsa, Oklahoma regionals. So I'm really excited to see that. So let's just get Lorcana out of the way, and then we can just chill and do straight up One Piece. 1 second, I'm just picking up my stuff, making sure I'm live on all my platforms. Okay, everything is looking good right now. Let's push. No, there's no way I was picking my nose in public. There's no way you guys saw me picking my nose. There's no way. There's no way. All right, guys, Lorcana HQ just had a fun little tournament, 128 players capped, and we have the top 8 deck list. I just wanted to show you it's actually a very competitive tournament. The prizes weren't that great. I guess 10 booster packs are about a couple of $100. They're going for a couple of $100 at this point right now, but in normal cases, 10 booster packs is really not something great to fight for, but it was very competitive. There's really great decks to see. and I wanted to show you guys the best decks here. There's a lot of ideas you can get inspired by. Guys, god damn it. We need to restart the intro. The fucking cricket starts to cricket right when I freaking get into my zone. This is unbelievable. By the way, guys, what do you think? I'm looking good today? Bro, I've been saying like my hair, it looks horrible, but I'm still like not that ugly. You know, like it's so like hectic, but I'm still looking kind of cute, right? Alright, anyways, feeling myself. Anyways, guys. I know the exact placements too, so it's kind of tough to see this, but I'm going to show you guys the placement. Alright, let's do the intro again. Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome, guys. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 8 decks from the recent Lorcana HQ Discord tournament, guys. It was 128 players capped. It was actually kind of fun because the prizes weren't that crazy. I guess if you think 10 boosters are very expensive. I mean, it is very expensive right now. It's about a couple of $100, but yeah, basically top prize was 10 booster packs, and then it got really competitive. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the best decks in the tournament, the top 8, and we're going to discuss. Maybe you can get inspired and build your own. God, I hated that intro, yo. What? Yo, that intro sucked cockadoodles. Let's try again one last time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. No, fuck that. What the? I don't want to welcome nobody to the video. All right, guys. Today we're going to talk about the top 8 decks from the recent Lorcana HQ Discord tournament. It was 128 players capped, and we have the top 8s, and we have the exact layout. It's going to be tough for you to find them. I'm going to link you where you can find these deck lists, but it's going to be tough for you to lay them out, so I actually know who's 8th, 7th, 6th. They're not really named in the pictures. But yeah, guys, the tournament was pretty exciting. What's up, Enzo? You want to play? Man, Enzo, today is tough. Today I'm going to cover these top 8 tournaments, but tomorrow I'm going to do some OP4. I want to do some OP4 testing. So if there's a way you can help me, send me some deck lists for some of the new leaders, or maybe you can jump on the Discord with me, talk to me tomorrow on the stream. We'll discuss what's the best OP4 leaders and how to build them, but that's what I want to... tomorrow I'll be ready for OP4. Today let's just watch... Today we're just going to discuss the top 8 decks from the tournaments. Anyways, guys, today... God damn it, one last time. Let's do the intro one last time. Enzo, this is how you make videos. Watch. This is how you make videos, bro. You mess up 100 times for the one video. All right, this is the intro right here. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about the top 8 decks from the recent Lorcana HQ tournament. Huge tournament, 128 players capped in the Discord server. If you don't have the Discord, I'm going to link it in the description. Guys, I have the ranking from 8th to 1st. It's hard to see it. I'll link you guys the Facebook post where you can see these decks, but this is the best place. You know, I had to go to 2 different places to find the listing and the decks, so if you want, this video should be your best place to find these decks. Anyways, god damn it, I don't want to mess up in the intro. I want to just do a cool intro. I want to do like a strong intro. Alright, guys, today we're going to discuss the top 8 decks from the recent Lorcana HQ 128 player cap tournament. Guys, this was a Discord only server tournament, and the top prize was relatively small. It was 10 boosters, so we thought it wasn't going to be very competitive, but actually 10 booster packs is extremely expensive. It's going for a couple of $100 at this point, at least $100 for sure, locked in. So people were very competitive. I have the best decks. God damn. Alright, guys, today we're going to discuss the top 8 decks from the recent Lorcana HQ Discord server tournament. Guys, this was 128 player capped. 128 players only allowed to play, and you can only join from the Discord server. So I'm going to link you to the Discord server. It's a nice place where you can find opponents. Also, you can jump on my Discord server to play Lorcana. But anyways, this top 8, it was very hard to find because you have to go to the Discord server to find the placements. Then you have to go to the Facebook post to find the decks. So this, I think, video should be the best source for you guys for this top 8 tournament. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the 8th place Zero the Hero Sapphire Ruby deck, guys. And let's just talk about Sapphire Ruby. It's a very tough color to get any resources from. You have to very wisely use your resources. Robin Hood is really your only utility of draw. So we see four of him, four of the Maui, because he's really good to clear out big opponents. Also, looks like this guy did not go heavy on the Aladdin combo, which we believed was one of the best combos in red. Looks like he just wanted some clearance from red, so going for the Maleficent, going for the Dragonfire, some of that removal, be prepared, and then Maui to clear out the board. And then he utilized blue's ink abilities, and also develop your variant obviously was very big utility for him. And honestly, blue has some of the best like price for characters. So for example, for a 2 cost you get an Aurora 2/2, which is insane, that can quest for 2. So it's pretty broken in that regard. Jasmine is really broken. You can ink her, she's 3 for 3, and lures for 2, quest for 2. It's huge. But yeah, guys, it's actually surprising to see a deck that was able to make it to top 8, that was not able to draw a lot. But as you can see, there's a lot of control here. Hades, he has the like we said, the Dragonfires, Be Prepares, Maleficents. He also can jump into Aladdin any moment he wants to clear the board. Jasmine, and get himself ahead. Obviously, Let It Go is more clearance. There's so many ways for him to clear the board and then keep his units alive with Jasmine here, that it made sense to have basically no resource management, no ability to draw. His only draw power here in this whole deck was Develop Your Brain and Robin Hood. And to be honest, they're not the best draw engines. But yeah, guys, looks amazing to see Zero the Hero going in 8th place. Let's go ahead and show you 7th. It's going to be Laoshi Mahan here. Another Sapphire Ruby. This one is going to be extremely different, utilizing the Tamato. Obviously, Hades is going to be here, but he went heavy with these blue characters, going for 8-drop Tamato that utilizes a lot of these items, which honestly, red has some of the best items, being able to kill princesses and villains with your items. Absolutely amazing. And you can see he's utilizing a lot of that, basically controlling the board. So you don't just want Dragonfires and Be Prepared, and Maleficents. You can actually clear more with all this items, with Sword of Truth that clears villains, and Poison Apple that clears all the princesses. Also, he ran most of these items, Magic Golden Flower. Guys, this says banish this item, remove up to 3 damage from the chosen character, possibly to keep some of these big characters alive, maybe Maui alive or his Robin Hood. It's actually interesting to see these items utilized. Also, these items, they don't have to be played. You don't ever have to recover with it. You could just use it for the Tamato. Makes sense. He quests for huge numbers. Guys, this is actually a really cool deck to see. We didn't think we are going to see Tamato in any top decks, top deck list. But yeah, as you can see, he was able to make it, maybe surprising a lot of these opponents by getting a lot of questing for a lot of lore, at the same time clearing up boards very easily with Hades, Dragonfire, Maleficent, and Be Prepared. Also, Maurice is here. Maurice is really good utility. Obviously, if you're going to run an item-based deck, you're going to run Maurice, and it helps with the Tamato. So if you guys are looking for an item-based deck list, this is a nice reference here that you can see for the ratios for the grandmas, Talas, for the ratios of the Mickey Mouse. Maybe you don't even need to run one jump ahead. Obviously, it's very rare to utilize one-offs, and you can maybe add more of these other items into play, like Eye of the Fates. I think there's a lot of value in Eye of the Fates. It's just a little bit expensive. But anyways, guys, this is a really cool deck list to see. I'm interested in your opinions. Are you going to get inspired by it? And let's move on to number 6 here. Just Ink It. I'm going to find him. And Emerald Ruby, really cool. Ruby is just a really strong color overall, but I don't think he utilized a lot of the removal in Ruby. He just utilized the evasive, looks like, and some of the rush. Lifu also able to keep his cards safe. For example, restanding Cusco to not be targeted by anything. So this is a really strong strategy against decks that are not Ruby. Basically, you have no way to clear Cusco, especially because he has ward. So if you cannot attack into him, Even if you are red, you really can't clear Cusco. So Lifu can keep Cusco alive. Why? This is a really cool idea here. The whole deck is literally relying on Lifu restanding Cusco or Mad Hatter to keep questing with them. Obviously, Cusco is your better option because he's warded. So if you can restand him, he literally cannot be touched. Nobody can deal with him. Obviously, you're running the emerald color, so you're gonna run a lot of these three lores, and this Flynn Riders at 4 off. Duke of Wellston, you don't have to play him, but playing him early is really nice. Being able to get rid of some of these 2 cost or 3 cost characters that the opponent is going to play with the 1 cost is really, really effective. Being able to put something on the board really early is really nice. Also, he is running the Cherish Cat, which I believe is a promo, and what it does when this character is challenged and banished, banish the challenging character. So she's literally just there to quest and force the opponent to clear her out with some of his units. Really, really smart idea because you gain from the quest no matter what, and then the opponent is going to lose no matter what. What he loses is he loses the ability to quest because he has to attack into this character. He also loses that character. So this is actually very, very smart utility right here. Mother Knows Best is only removal. It slows down some decks. Obviously, it's very hard to use this against purple or ruby because if you your best option is to restand the emerald or sorry, re-pick up emerald or blue or amber cards because ruby and amethyst cards are very strong. Basically, red and purple cards are extremely strong when you play them. They do a lot of things. But it can still slow down some decks. Jasper here, we didn't think he had any utility, but looks like he is usable at 4 off. What does he do? He says whenever this character quests, shows an opponent character can't quest. Yeah, so basically whenever he quests, he just slows down the opponent. Also can clear out boards. Also really hard to clear out with that 4 life. Makes sense to have that deck, him in the deck. He is also running Beast, Maui, and Genie, the 6 cost. This Genie is really nice. You play him, you get a body on the field. That quest that's evasive, quest for 2. And you remove a body from the opponent's side of the field. I think he picks up, I think, a cost of 5. Yeah, at least a cost of 5 or more. I think he picks up anything, actually. I'm not sure. But anyways, let's move on to 5th place. Joe Ramirez here. We'll find him. Right here, Steel Ruby. Let's look at the Steel Ruby deck. Maui, one of the Mauis. He is running Mickey Mouse, evasive as hell at 4. He is running the Simbas. These Simbas, they challenge, and also during your opponent's turn, this character becomes evasive. He's running a lot of evasive, and he is also running the Whole New World. So, wow, Steel is really, really strong because he has a lot of removal. Look at these: fire the cannons, smashes. He's able to Tinkerbell and deal some damage there. It's very effective to remove the field. At the same time, he's running red as well. Running a lot of the other removal in Be Prepared, Dragonfire. He's running Aladdin, huge, like it's a big combo for him. Gaston is there, looks like it's just there to clear out bigger units. Simba, it's nice to play early. And I think his biggest strategy is just to clear out boards, keep the evasive on the field, and looks like Aladdin can get him ahead, and then he is running a lot of beasts and a lot of these bigger units, so his late game is pretty strong, especially with a Whole New World where he can pick up a whole new hand, and it's really strong deck, guys. Get inspired. This is 5th place, Steel Ruby. I've never seen this combination before. I'm actually getting inspired to build one of these combinations. I mean, it's a very strong combination. There's a lot of removal here with Fire the Cannon, Smash, Be Prepared, Dragonfire, and it's just really strong. And also he is running Mulan, so it looks like Mulan is able to give a lot of these smaller the cards that can't lure up really well a lot more utility, and at the same time clearing out boards. Really, really nice deck to see. Get inspired, guys. Let's move on to number 4th. We have Me Be Bite. It's Steel Emerald, so another steel combination. Let's see how he's running the steel. Tinkerbell obviously is very important. He is running Hands. Hands, what does he do? Whenever this character quests, you may deal 1 damage to the chosen character. Obviously, you're going to run 3 or 4 of this. Kristoff is just literally vanilla, and then Beast Mirror. This is his only draw engine besides the Whole New World. Interesting. Wow, you're able to make Emerald work because you are still able to draw a lot. But you don't get any removal, but you do get What do you get from this? You just run the Cusco Cheshire Cats. Obviously, the Mad Hatters are broken. You are running Mother Gothel here and Genie. Interesting. He's not running any removal at all. He's literally just playing his own game, and he's looks like he's just able to out quest his opponent in every way, especially if he goes first. How can he slow? How can he slow down the opponent? He's not. He has nothing. No power. He deals 0 damage to the opponent besides Tinkerbell, Hans, and his genies. And Mother knows best. He literally cannot deal with the opponent in any way. He just is playing his own game. So it's amazing to see how Emerald is still capable of topping without a lot of interaction with the opponent, just being able to draw into your units and questing really early and just stealing the game really quickly. Let's go ahead and move on to number 3. This is Traverse Tavern. He's running Emerald Amethyst. This is really surprising, guys. We didn't see any purple red till now, which is very surprising. We are seeing a lot of other combinations. Look at this purple. Obviously, purple is a really strong engine into green. Really strong questing cards. As you can see, it's the same basically lineup of green cards. Cruella, Flynn, Hans, Cusco, Genie, Mad Hatter. You're running Jasper. You're running Mother Knows Best. And you're running, this is brand new, John Silver. This one actually, when you play this character and whenever he quests, choose opponent character, gains Reckless. So basically the opposing character has to attack one of your guys. And it's bittersweet. Basically, it forces the opponent to stop going into quest mode, and you can stop big questing cards from questing and force them to attack into opponents. And he is running Zeus as well. This is a rusher that can challenge, +4. The only problem with Zeus, I don't see it run. It's a really strong card, but I don't see it run because it's uninkable. So it's really interesting that he was able to fit it. But to be honest, he's not running a lot of uninkable cards. He's literally just running 10 uninkable cards in a 60-card deck. So it makes sense why it fit in there. But yeah, guys. Oh, actually, he's running 14 non-inkable cards. Never mind with Cusco here. But yeah, his obviously his purple is running an engine of draw and Yezmal. And Befuddle looks like it slows down the opponent a little bit, especially if he's going against one of these really fast decks, because he picks up these 2-cost units. But I think I'm surprised to not see any Elsas or any of his Mr. Facilier, so I'm really surprised to see that it's not available in this deck. But yeah, guys, still really cool to see this purple engine in a green deck. Let's go. I love this. Let's move on, guys, to number 2. This was Steadfast. Great content creators. Content is like mesmerizing. It's so good. But yeah, let's look at this Ruby Amethyst deck. I'm just going to go ahead and disappear for a minute. As you can see, Befuddle here is at 4, Minnie Mouse at 4. This is a 64 card deck, so it's more than any other deck. But he is utilizing Ursula's Cauldron, which I've just recently went against, and it's extremely strong. The opponent basically picks and chooses what cards he wants to draw into. It's really strong because after 3 or 4 turns, basically you literally have your deck fully set up, and you keep drawing with Magic Mirror, so it's absolutely strong. And obviously Pocket Watch is an amazing combo with Aladdin. You guys don't know about this, but this combo is insane. Especially late game when the Pocket Watch is just sitting on the field. Absolutely insane combo. His red obviously is doing a lot of removal with Gaston. Be Prepared, Dragonfire, Maleficent. He's running the Mickey Mouse as a 2. And Aladdin obviously the whole combo. So it looks like the best ratio for this combo is 4:3. And no more. Purple is just his draw engine into Friends, the Queen. He is running the Jafar as a 2, which is surprising. You could just run 4 queens or maybe a couple more of these items. But he's running Rafiki. Rafiki is kind of broken, to be honest. The only problem with him is he's uninkable. So besides that, he's really good. Because that 3/3 is just so hard to deal with. Because it kills anything and it's really hard to deal with. Because if you're a 2, most of your units are going to be 2/3. And they're just going to die to the Rafiki so easily, and he's gonna survive. But anyways, guys, really strong deck here with Elsa, Maleficent. That's probably where his extra cards went into, playing the Elsa, which we don't see a lot of other decks are running any Elsas, even though they are running purple decks. I wonder if this is because it was a totally, let me see, this was a totally online, or was, yeah, this was online. This was totally webcam, so they should have. That's possible. What's possible is they just literally don't have the cards. They literally didn't have these Elsas. They're like $60 for per Elsa. Makes total sense why these other decks are not running it. But yeah, guys, really strong purple Amethyst decks. Shield of Virtue. I think there's a lot of value in this card, being able to save a lot of your Aladdins, save a lot of your other cards, your big value cards like Elsa. It's really really strong. Anyways, moving on, we got the first place Walter Unicid. Pois card PLS. Here he is. He's running Amethyst Purple. Gonna come back really quickly. He is running the Ursula. Ursula is insanely good, guys. I think this is even more value than Elsa. Now, Elsa does slow down opponents really heavy and allows you to basically steal a turn before you be prepared. But Ursula is just insane value to play because the opponent cannot get rid of her. It's just weird. It's weird, wonky 8 health. And the opponent can't get rid of her. She immediately draws for you, so you immediately gain value from her the second she lands. So even if the opponent clears her that same turn, you still gain value. And if he doesn't clear her, she's going to quest for 3. It's absolutely insane. Obviously, it's non-inkable, so you're going to not run 4 off, but honestly, at least 3 off in a purple deck. I really see insane value in Ursula. Obviously, the Ursula Cauldron as well. Gaston, everyone is running Gaston. I guess this 4 is a really strong number, getting rid of a lot of these big lowering cards. Makes sense. Sergeant Tibbs is a really good target here. It's just like the Minnie Mouse, that 1 inkable, something to start the game with really early. Rafiki at 3, Maleficent at 4, the Queen at 4, Jet Stam here, the evasive. This guy can be very strong late game once you handle the opponent and all the Be Prepared and the Dragonfires are done. In the mirror match, this is extremely effective because in some red and purple decks, this is your only evasive, but obviously this guy is also running Mickey Mouses for the late game and once all your Be Prepareds are gone. But yeah, guys, pretty straightforward red deck. He's just running 4 Aladdin, 4 Maui, 4 Be Prepared, 4 Maleficent, 4 of the Mickey Mouse, 4 of the Dragonfire, 4 of the Sergeants, 4 of the Gastons, and then he's just manipulating his purple just for a little bit of draw, and obviously really Elsa is really strong. And Ursula is extremely, extremely strong, so it makes sense why you would run her. That's it, guys. That was the top 8 from the recent Lorcana HQ tournament. Make sure you guys subscribe. Tell me down below which deck you preferred the most. I was surprised to see the Emerald Amethyst deck. That's really nice to see. It gives me a lot of inspiration to build. Also, that Steel Emerald deck, I think that was pretty insane to see as well. Or was that Steel Sapphire? There was a couple. There was a Steel Ruby and there was a Steel Emerald. That was pretty nice to see. Anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe and I'll see you next time. Yep, that's done. That's done. We got a video in. So, boys, let's do the One Piece. Are you guys ready for the One Piece? Let's do the One Piece. Bro, I'm honestly like, I'm pretty fat, but it's not that bad. I'm getting better. How do you play Lorcana? I need to make a how to play video. I just can't do all that in one day. I'll do it tomorrow. Damn, he uploaded so much new stuff. I can't even keep up, bro. Alright, I'll do top 8. Bro, the same freaking fly that's been haunting me for a lifetime is still coming after me, boys. It's the same fly hitting my window next to me non-stop and then starts coming and attacking into me. I'm not even sweating today for it to like smell bad, for me to smell bad or anything. It's just an ugly fly in the wall. The ugliest fly. Bro, these top 8 decks from... Bro, what the hell, bro? One Piece card game is so trash. No wonder I left it, bro. Look at these top 8 deck lists. It's the same deck. It's literally the same freaking leaders over and over again. Bro, this is the problem with One Piece, bro. You cannot balance this fucking game. You're not going to be able to balance the game anymore. You're making the leaders fucking crazy. There's too much differences in the leaders. And you're not going to be able to balance it. Anyways, let's push here. Alright guys, we got today the top 8 decks from the recent TAC Games online tournament here at... wait. Alright guys, we got the top 8 from the recent TAC Sydney Regionals, guys. This just happened around the corner. It was on August 26th and 27th. And we're going to show you guys the top 8 decks. If you want to see the top 16 decks, I'll link you down below Eggman's website to go check it out. But yeah, let's discuss the top 8 decks. It's basically a lot of the same decks that we've already seen. It's just that we're finally seeing the Australia meta, the North America meta in Australia. Damn it, I gotta redo the intro. Actually, maybe I don't have to do their intro. I'll just steal it. All right. Perfect. All right, guys, we have the top 8 decks from the recent TAC Games Sydney Regionals, the Australian Sydney Regionals, guys, August 26th, 27th, up to 310 players played, 9 rounds of Swiss. We got the top 8 decks. If you want to see the top 16 decks, I'll link you down below Eggman's website. But besides that, let's go ahead and discuss the top 8. It's a lot of the same decks you've already seen. As you can see here, this is number 8 by Jewel Ling. This is another law deck. It's a little bit different than other laws where he is, I guess, running a very small number of Makinos. Usually people are running 4, but he is opting for more of these Zoros. So, and he is running Basil, so it makes sense to see him changing the list a little bit. Bro, I messed up, bro. I can't do that. All right, guys. All right. TAC Sydney, the North American. The top is the top. All right, guys, we have the top 8 decks from the recent TAC Games Sydney Regionals. Guys, this was Australia's regionals for OP3. We have the top cut 8. I have the top 8. You guys can look at. All right, guys, we have the top 8 decks from the recent TAC Games Sydney Regionals. Guys, Australia's regionals is in the books, 26 and 27, 310 player. All right, guys, we have the top 8 decks from the recent TAC Games Sydney Regionals in Australia. 310 players played in 26th and 27th of August for the prize of the big Luffy card and the invitation. And as you can see, to Nationals, and as you can see, we have the top 8 decks here. We have the top 8 decks from the recent Sydney Regionals in Australia for August 26th and 27th. Guys, a lot of these decks are similar to the North American meta, but it's really nice to see the Australian meta. Let's jump right in. As you can see here, this is Trafalgar Law. One thing I noticed here, they're not running a lot of the Makinos. Even though he's running a bunch of these 1 costs, he's just not utilizing the Makino for its ability to add power. I think it's just more for the 2K. Also, he's running the Sanji at 1, just potentially for more draw, more options to pick up with the Nami, potentially. But his options are amazing. He can pick up Brook, pick up the Zoro. As you can see, he's running all the laws. But he got rid of one of the restanding laws for the Basil Hawkins, which is honestly very useful. Honestly, I think there's a lot of value in certain matchups for this over the restanding law, but obviously restanding law is just so strong. Being able to play that consistently with your ability is just so strong. He is running the Luffy for maybe ending games potentially at 1. Guys, I think what he's doing is he's trying to limit his ability to draw into things that have no counters. And if he is going to draw into something that has no counter, he wants to play it immediately. So as you can see, he's Basil Hawkins and Monkey D. Luffy is just not taking a lot of priority, but they are going to be played. You're not going to play a lot in the deck because you don't want to get a lot of non-counter cards, but you want to still see these cards so you can play them. So it makes sense he's running them, even though just at 1 and in the best of 1, but still makes sense why you would run them. Obviously, when you're running Law, you're not going to run a lot heavy into the events. Maybe 1 Radical Beam is enough. Besides that, I would have ran 4, but you can't run 4 anymore. But yeah, Guard Point's still another good option. As you can see here, running 1-1. But yeah, guys, interesting deck. Let's move on to number 7th here. Minky Huang, his white beard. This is a straw beard deck. Not running a lot of straw beards, though. Not running a lot of the straw hats. Only 2 of the Namis, but obviously every straw beard deck, you're going to run at least one 2020 chopper. Because we lost all our Makino, all our Marcos, it's really useful to run this at least 1 off. Sanji here, no Monkey D. Luffy's 2Ks counters, but he's running the Jozus. He's running a combination of Atmos and Monkey D. Luffy for the 6K. He's really heavy on the 6K. He wants to play that out ASAP, either playing a vanilla or playing into the Marco, whichever allows him to. Whichever's in the hand, really. Monkey D. Luffy is there as well, another option. You could play this early. Honestly, I like playing this towards the late game, and then after playing him, maybe go into another ace, just keeping the pressure on the opponent. But yeah, guys, running heavy on the events a little bit with 1 Red Hawk, a couple of Whitebeard Pirates, and the Guard Points. Really stable deck. He's still heavy on the Whitebeards, but with Thatch at 3, but still can rely on some of that search as well. Insane. I really like this because they are running a lot of the removal. So he's running Fire Fist at 4, which is huge. Fiery Doll here, guys, plus 4,000 to your leader for this turn. Really can shut down. Well, this is only during the main, but I think he's running also for the trigger at 2. He's also running 1 Diablo Jambe. That's very strong towards the late game. And then obviously Guard Points at 4. Wow, this is heavy on the events, but let's see his characters here. He is running Blamenko, the 2 off, 2 cost. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2k. Wow, can surprise the opponent with minus 2k and still getting a counter. Really nice to see. Zoro obviously at 4. Marco only 1 off. Another Marco. He's not running anything bigger than 5 cost, so he's really utilizing his really cheap units here, and at the same time controlling the opponent. Wow, really nice to see this Zoro able to do heavy control and still being able to top in top 5. That's amazing to see, guys. Moving on, we have Trafalgar Law, number 4, Benjamin Tao. Let's see the difference in this deck. It's still running Guard Points, but he is running Eustace Kid at 2 and Basil Hawkins at 2, so he just removed the Monkey D. Luffy rush completely, seeing more value in the Basil Hawkins utility and Eustace Kid. Running 2 Eustace Kids means you're seeing at least 1 per game, so he's really heavy on that Eustace Kid, I think. Also, he must have removed 2 of his Beges for the Eustace to fit the Eustace. He is running the Zoros. He's running the Robins here instead of the Vistas, which I see insane value there. Obviously, you can search into her with your Nami, but also that's a 4k power that only needs 1 Dawn to become a 5k, and you start attacking to the opponent. Whereas the Vista would have been a little bit more expensive, giving it 2 Dawn just to start attacking. So I really like to see the Robin there. But yeah, guys, he's not running a lot of events. He's just keeping the board full and then trying to utilize Basil Hawkins and then restand abilities with Law. And obviously this Law is kind of broken. It's really, really broken. They need to balance it. But anyways, let's move on to number 4, Cam Ho Lao. Another Zoro. A lot of control here, guys, running Fire Fist and Jet Pistols at 4 and 2. He is running 1 New Gate, but that's it. Obviously can't run anymore. Then Marco at 4. He is running Brook here. This Brook is really good because when he attacks, he just he gets rid of big blockers. Like the 5 cost blocker can't block anymore. Comes at 4K, and it's really effective, guys. Or it makes the big Eustace 8-drop absolutely useless. It's really a good way for you to get around the 8-drop. But yeah, Zoro at 4, Jozu at 4, so he's running Izo to pick up the Jozu, and then obviously Curly the Dawn. It's just the normal shenanigans of Zoro, but he is actually running Tony choppers. We don't see a lot of Zoros running this. Usually they utilize maybe more Brooks, or they'll run into more Luffy's 6 drops, 5 drops. But yeah, the rush Luffy. But yeah, it looks like this is actually utilized in the Zoro being able to block for 1. Really useful. Wow, really interesting deck. I really like this. Just straight Whitebeard Zoro with just the rush Zoro in the game. Besides that, it's all Whitebeard and this Brook as well. Interesting. I wonder why he didn't run the Fosa if he's gonna run a bunch of Whitebeard. Maybe he just, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he just wants to pick up the Tony Chopper with the Curly the Dawn as well, having more options to pick up. Yeah, makes sense. Makes actually a lot of sense. But yeah, guys, that's a really cool deck. Get inspired for the Zoro. And let's move on to number 3, Rob Lucy here. Let's see how they run Rob Lucy. It is CP9 with Air Door at 4, Impact Wave at 2, only 1 Kuzan. He is running the Shanks here, the brand new Shanks. You may trash 1 card from your hand, KO all characters that cost 1. Very heavy in utility. It doesn't have counter, so it's tough, but honestly, towards the late game, for example, let's say you have a Kuzan already on the board, yeah, this will end games. This will get rid of everything on the board. Absolutely huge. Makes sense why he would run this Shanks, but I thought he would run more Kuzans if he's gonna run a Shanks like that. And obviously, that's a very late game strategy, but it's very effective actually. This Shanks is very effective against Zoro, very effective against Law, but it's just a little bit too late in the game. Maybe to see more utility, but ISHO is obviously at 2 allows it to be more effective, being able to play it a little bit more early. Sakazuki at 3, it's tough to play Sakazuki at 4 just because it doesn't have counters. But Blueno obviously 4. If you're gonna run CP9s, you're gonna run Blueno, Kako, Komaduri, Barcelino, obviously Khalifa, Tashigi, Wanze. You can run the Wanze. You could also run Kobe. I think Kobe is more value. You get that plus 1k. It is 1 more cost, but you get that plus 1k, and it does basically the same thing that this does, but better, because this only removes the cost of 1, that Kobe removes the cost of 3, as well as Fukuru and the Spandam. He's actually run the Spandam at 4. Obviously you need to run the Spandam. Is he your CP9? Yeah, he's your CP9 searcher. But yeah, guys, just a straight CP9 Rob Lucy deck making it work. Let's go ahead. Number 2, Edward Newgate, Whitebeard. Yikes, this is a scary looking Whitebeard. Let's look at this deck really quickly. This is a Strawbeard deck with Nami at 2. This is the Nami that gives you Dawn. Oh, wow, that's a little bit scary. This is he got rid of that Nami, the searching Nami, for this Nami. But you can't even pick her up with your Nami, so it's kind of useless to be there. But it's just there for the extra Dawn. Looks like he's running 1 Monkey D. Luffy, although he could have just ran 4 Sanjis. He's running the Fusa at 3. He's running the Frankies and the Atmos. That's it. That's a 6k, just Frankie and Atmos. Running 2 Thatch. Running a lot of Rush though with the Ace and the Luffy, and then Red Hawk at 2, so it's probably very useful. But yeah, guys, very straightforward deck. I mean, it's the same deck that we've seen with a lot of Whitebeards, just adding a couple of Fusas. There's no Tony choppers. Instead, we have the Namis, and then you're still utilizing a lot of the Whitebeard power, and your Straw Hats are just basically for counter value. Alright, guys, last deck here. Trafalgar Law, Jeremy Alex Ong. Congratulations, good job with your Law. Law is a very strong deck, guys. Can make it work. No set 3 cards, still extremely effective. This is exactly the same list as we saw earlier with, I think, the number 5 Law here. Wow, it's very similar. It's the same exact list. It's literally the same exact list. So obviously they've worked together on building this list, but yeah, wow. Absolutely impressive to see. This list is doing a lot of work. If you want to win another OP3 regionals, this is the list to use. 2 Eustace Kid, 2 Basils. Whoever was using Basils, they were on the right track. You just don't want to utilize a lot of the Beges. Instead, go for those Basils. And wow, I can't believe these lists are exactly identical and both of them top 5. And this one actually won the whole tournament. Absolutely amazing to see, guys. Interested in your opinions, go ahead, leave them down below. What do you think about these decks? Are you actually going to start running law, or are you just going to keep it keep it real? Leave your comments down below. I'm interested to know. See ya. Absolutely amazing, guys. What? This is unbelievable. All right, let's go ahead and end the stream. I'm tired.